Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of work on our 2011 Polaris Ranger 800 Crew. Today we're going to be focused in on replacing the front brake shoes. So let's head over to the table, look at that part number, and then we can get started. Now when I said part number, well, that's exactly what you have to look up. It's just one part number. It's the same for the left and the right side. And just another note, if you're having to replace your rear shoes, well, it is once again the same part number for both sides. Now as far as the special tools, well, the only one I'm going to suggest that you have to take care of is to get a set of jack stands, because you don't want the entire machine just resting on the jack only. That is just asking for a problem, and you don't want that machine to come crashing down on you. Now as far as the hand tools, they're just going to be basic, and I will call those out as we go along, so that'll reduce your trips to and from your toolbox trying to see which one fits. Well, now that we've got our tools and our parts together, let's go over there and knock this thing out. Before we lift it up, let's go ahead and break the lug nuts loose. Now on this particular unit, these are aftermarket rims, so my lug size is going to be a little bit different than yours. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get these things broken loose, then we'll lift it up. And when you're placing your jack stands, make sure that they are actually going under the frame itself. You don't want to have one come through your floorboard. Yep. Now that we've got the wheel out of the way and I can really take a good look at the brake pads, there's only about a 1/16 of an inch left, and that means they're done. Other thing I want to check is the condition of the rotor. Now it's got a few grooves in it, but nothing excessive, so I think it'll be okay just to replace the brake pads, and then she can keep going for a while. Let's start off by backing off on the pad adjustment bolt. It's actually a 5mm Allen that's tucked up inside of here. You don't need to remove it all the way. We just want to back it off a couple of turns. Now we can grab a 15mm and remove the two bolts that actually hold on the caliper and the mounting bracket. And it looks like somebody actually put red Loctite on it. So now if you're going to use Loctite on this, it needs to be the blue. You can see that a little bit left over on the original, but it looks like somebody decided, well, let's make sure, and they put in red. Good way to strip it. Now we can lift it off. Well, these pins need to be cleaned up. I should be able to push these in fairly easily, and I can't. So we're going to end up pulling this all the way down and cleaning those out, because that should move freely. See what I'm doing here and how it's catching? It should be a lot smoother than that. So just getting the pads off and throwing the new ones back in, we don't want to do that. So we're going to use just a regular C-clamp, and we're going to push the caliper pistons back in. Then we can remove our pads. That should do it. Let's see if we've got enough room now. All the way down. There we go. There's one. There's the other. Now, let's pull these off, these little sliders. Let's make sure there are no rips in the little rubber boot there. Dry to the bone. So what we're going to do next is get this cleaned off with some brake cleaner. We're going to clean off these surfaces as well as the bore inside of the caliper. Put some grease in there, get it back together, and at that point we can put the new pads in. Let's get these cleaned out. Before we grease that up, let's get this other boot back on. Otherwise it's really not going to want to grab on if it's got grease on those little edges, because that isn't a very large lip for it to catch on to. You may need to use a little pick tool, but be careful and don't perforate this little boot. There. Let's put a little grease in here. Now don't get carried away because we don't want to put in so much to where it won't let the pin go all the way in. It's just going to take a light coating down in the bore. Grab our carrier and lightly coat it. Try to keep it off this end piece because that's where we've got to put our boot. Let's slide it back in there. Done that move a lot smoother now. The only tough part left to do, really, is to work that boot over that edge to get it sealed back up. Resist the temptation just to throw it in there without that sealed, because dirt's going to get in there, water's going to get in there, and you're going to be right back where you started as far as it binding up and then prematurely wearing out your brake pads. And your rotor, for that matter. Grab our new pads, push this all the way back in. See if we can work them in. There we go. Now just spread them open. See if we can wiggle them back down on the rotor. Now we're going to use blue Loctite on the two caliper mounting bolts. Doesn't take a lot. That should be more than enough. The correct torque for these two bolts is 30 foot-pounds. Next, let's go ahead and remove that pad bottoming bolt or adjustment bolt. It's actually just a cap that limits the travel of that slider. We are going to put a little bit of Loctite on it, blue of course. And what we want to accomplish here is to bottom it all the way out and then back it off a half a turn. All right guys, that's pretty much going to wrap this up. The only thing left to do now is just remount the tire. Now, if you have the stock steel wheels, you want to torque those lug nuts to 35 foot-pounds. If your unit has aluminum, you want to only torque it to 30. Now, I still have some work left to do on this particular unit, and if you'd like to see that happen, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when we finish those videos and post them. If you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.